Israel has sworn in its newly elected parliament under stringent restrictions because of the coronavirus. Instead of the typical festive gathering of parliament's 120 members, the new lawmakers were staggered into the plenum in 40 rounds of 3 each, in line with health recommendations. On Monday, President Reuven Rivlin gave opposition leader Benny Gantz a mandate to form a coalition. The retired military chief had secured a slim majority of recommendations from incoming lawmakers. For more on the latest, we are joined by our correspondent Stephanie Freed in Tel Aviv. Hello there, Steph. Given the long acrimony between these two men, how is it going to be? How will a coalition be formed?
It's been tough till now, as you noted, Emily. One would think the emergency situation of the pandemic, it would push the two sides together, or push a coalition into happening faster, and that's the hope right now. Certainly, Israel's president, Reuven Rivlin, is pushing. He's actually pushing for an emergency unity government between Benny Gantz and Benjamin Netanyahu. But the sides are still stuck, and they're stuck on some of the points of how that coalition would be formed, who would be in charge first, would the prime ministership turn over to Benny Gantz? Benjamin Netanyahu wants to hold on to it, he says, in an emergency situation, at least for 6 months or a year. He also doesn't want Arab-led parties to be part of any sort of coalition. Benny Gantz is saying, no, we need broad representation, and we need a broader coalition. So here we are again, or here the sides are again, seemingly stuck. But the conventional wisdom here seems to think that, yes, the urgency of the coronavirus, of the situation, may very well now push these sides to come together, because there's no time to lose, there's no time to waste, and at least even in an emergency coming together of a unity government that would be temporary, that could solve at least the temporary, be a temporary solution to a lacking government for more than a year. Emily.
And Steph, as you mentioned, this political turmoil is amongst the coronavirus. How are the authorities preparing to deal with the economic fallout of this outbreak?
Well, certainly they're talking about packages or economic packages to help businesses, to help freelancers or individuals, independents, to help government workers. But many people have been sent home. They're working from home. That's another consideration. Will the internet structure be able to handle all the people that are working from home now independently? The government is pushing, or the health ministry is pushing more and more towards total isolation, towards a shutdown or a lockdown, which would mean that people would be on lockdown within their houses, and that's for health reasons. The government, other government ministries are pushing back against that because of the economic repercussions. They're talking about the estimates of the damage to Israel's economy. Like everywhere else, it's going to be tremendous. So incentives, incentive packages, but again, trying to isolate people, keep them at home, shutting businesses. Bars, restaurants are closed now, and many businesses, government workers, 70% to 80% are being told to work from home. That's how it's being dealt with on a multiple level. There's no way to get around the economic hit. Everyone's going to feel it. Despite incentive packages. Emily.